25 years after the Peoria Civic Center opened its doors to the public, it's starting a new chapter. Tonight, you are getting the first look inside. Stay tuned. The Peoria Civic Center 25th Anniversary Special is next. The March Madness Experience. Unforgettable performances. These are the moments that define the Peoria Civic Center. Bradley Basketball, the Peoria Symphony Orchestra. Memories in the making at the Peoria Civic Center. The Glass Arcades. Something for everyone. This is the past and the future of the Peoria Civic Center. And this is the Peoria Civic Center 25th Anniversary Special.
I'm so grateful to the leaders of the 80s who saw what could happen here on that piece of property, because it's made us something so different from what we would have been without it. We've seen Yo-Yo Ma, Phantom of the Opera, James Taylor, Elton John. So many experiences and exposures have been possible because of the Peoria Civic Center.
I think now there isn't a week that doesn't go by that I don't have someone, as I'm walking through the Great Hall, say, wow, this is just like Chicago, or this is big city.
The building will benefit the whole community for generations to come. People of Peoria area have something to be proud of here.
It clearly is a jewel in this community.
In the early days, even the biggest of believers couldn't have imagined this. A state-of-the-art civic center that rivals our big city neighbors right here in Peoria. I'm Marc Burnett, Director of Sales and Marketing here at the Peoria Civic Center. During the next half hour, we're taking you on a journey into the past and future. We're celebrating this monumental moment, Peoria's history, and you, the people of the heart of Illinois, who helped us get here.
Back when I was growing up and in my teenage years, sports, Bradley Fieldhouse. Theater, performances, Shrine Mosque. We did not have a single gathering focus for our community, much less downtown.
Back almost 30 years ago, the City Council was very visionary, and when the decision was made to go ahead and pursue a civic center, I started out as the group sales manager, and I've told the story that I started out with 54 phone books and a box of gum labels. We weren't on any computers, we were on hard tickets, and we just went through phone books and figured out just who would like to come to events at the Peoria Civic Center.
I went to the first show that was in the arena. It was Kenny Rogers 25 years ago, and that was memorable. And it was really a watershed moment when you think about it, because we had never had a facility like this in this town, and it was such a tremendous step forward. I think we were just in awe.
1982, not everybody was so enthralled with the idea of a new civic center. And it's been a wonderful gratification for those of us who work here, as well as everybody, I think, in the Tri-County area, to see that it has, in fact, started slowly but flourished over 25 years.
The original council that actually made the decision to go ahead and build the Civic Center did it amidst a lot of controversy. And I think there are still a lot of people that that don't really understand the significance of this facility. And when the Civic Center Authority came forward and requested additional funding for the expansion and the justification for doing that, that was another tough decision for the City Council. I'm proud to say that that we made the decision to move forward and expand upon a huge asset that we already have.
When anything turns 25 years old, there's obviously an aging process that has happened to get you there. It was very clear that to not only meet but beat expectations of the clients in all of our facilities, we were going to need to do some upgrades.
We knew that some of the original bonds would mature, and that the money being used to pay those off was now going to be available for further indebtedness. So we're going to have about $55 million to spend. What can we get for that? So we started out with the money. We had our list of strategic wishes. We had prioritized those wishes by return on investment. We never wanted to go to the public and say, this is what we're going to do, and then not be able to do it. We didn't feel that was fair to the taxpayers who were building this complex.
It took a lot of work from many people, starting, of course, with the architects, engineers, the commission, working with them, trying to determine what plan they wanted.
I came in December of '05 and probably spent at least 3 months looking at prints, seeing how things would go together, making plans how to execute what was shown on the blueprints. This is an excellent opportunity for us to show that local labor can work together well, coordinate well, and then get the job done on time.
I was always adamant about all of the project being done with local employees. It was extremely important to us because they're the ones that participate here. You know, nothing against an architect in New York, but his draftsman is not going to buy a ticket to our theater.
But at the height, we had 27 electricians and probably 3 installing data and another 5 installing special systems, all local help.
The raising of the beam. That was a really special afternoon for me because I could see how much it meant to the people working on the project. And just as you and I have said, this is a legacy project. And those gentlemen who raised that steel and the gentlemen who laid all that brick, they will say to their children and grandchildren, I did that. And it was clear that afternoon how much that meant to them. And I thought that was just a very special moment in the whole 2-year project.
One of the real big challenges, and I don't think people realize, is we actually built across an existing footprint. We actually took the existing mechanical equipment, raised it up, and built a building under it, if you can picture that.
Well, the technology changes constantly, just the lamps. It's hard to keep up with all the different lamp types from year to year. They're always making more efficient, higher output, better color, temperature, color renderings. So, I mean, just as a natural recourse, we try and keep up with all that stuff. So we're trying to keep the latest, the greatest technology at the same time that it impacts this facility, and at the same time we're doing all the work. There's a lot of lighting here, there's a lot of controls, there's a lot of energy conservation measures built in. It takes a big team to handle all this. Where are you going to direct people in and out of the building? Where are they going to park?
Which way the door opens, where's the light switch, how high is this opening, no that won't work, where's the power for this, it's just the anchors for the TVs and the walls, do you want them on the left of the plug or the right of the plug? The multitude of minute details that you need to do that I had no idea.
I've seen a commitment from this group, the Civic Center Authority, to provide the highest possible facility, highest possible functioning facility, an effort, a great effort to keep ongoing operations functioning. We never missed an event, had to cancel an event.
There were a lot of scheduling issues. Unfortunately, we had Turner involved. They were really good with scheduling and laying everything out, coordinating with everybody. So they helped tremendously in those efforts.
Because of that coordination and between Turner and the Civic Center staff, I can't say enough good about them and the way they work with this. They were the type of owner that never said, we can't. We'll work with you is what they always said. And they say, explain your problems and we'll have an understanding, and then they'll explain their problems or what their challenges were, and then we just always work out a solution to get the job done. There was a tremendous push that it took to get this thing ready for March Madness, and it was through that coordination and knowing each other in the trades and just working together that we could get that done.
The schedule was very aggressive. In fact, it was very concerning to have the kind of schedule we did. So it was pretty much 7-day weeks from the time we started the design until the time we finished it. We stayed on track, we met the schedule. We were all tired when it was done.
Community, I think it's, you see at different times you can walk in here and you can see groups of veterans meeting in one portion. You can see a very diverse group of potential young kids. You can see faith-based groups, business people, but what I think what it all speaks to is community. I mean, all these people coming together in a central location, and it's multifunctional, and I think it's just a very appealing. It's a very appealing complex.
I think that whole grandeur of that entrance, and it's for people that haven't been here for a while, walking into that space, that's a definite impact when you first walk into the space.
If you put something over someone's eyes and set them in the lobby out there and didn't tell them where they were, and they opened up their eyes, they would never picture themselves with the huge lobby, you know, the escalators going up several stories. I don't think people would ever think that they were in the Civic Center in Peoria, Illinois.
The banquet hall, the meeting rooms upstairs are fantastic. Very, very great design. I've had been in functions up there at banquets, and it's just well done. From a design aspect, it works.
It provides us with additional space to serve local people for arena events, much enhanced refreshments availability because of the expansion, a ballroom that seats a much larger number of people than anything that was previously available in the community, and the additional space in the exhibit hall. So I think that's a real plus for us.
I've had a chance to talk to people that are here, vendors and other places, and they like this place. One, it's cost effective relative to Chicago or St. Louis. Two, they can be out of here and be on the highway in just a matter of minutes. That's not so in the big cities. And plus, they get real good value for their money here for what it costs to put on an event or a venue here, the facilities they have here and the staff they have here. I always hear compliments from everybody.
It's significantly improved the capabilities of the building for our clients, particularly the move in and move out, because we have a lot more loading areas. For our employees, we have a lot more storage, and of course, the restrooms. No building of this size and type ever has enough restrooms. We probably still don't have enough restrooms, but we were able to increase those facilities by 75%. And again, functionally, that was something we really needed to take care of.
Bradley had to share a locker room with hockey. So would they bring a recruit in, you had wet hockey uniforms in, and it wasn't very impressive. It really wasn't giving Bradley the justice that they deserved as a Division I school. So we were able to spend some money in, to give them their own locker room.
And we're doing a club room right now, which is it was originally in the project, and we took it out for funding, and now it's come back in. We found it as we got into the end of the project. There is money available to do it. You never know where the money's going to go during the course of a project. You could discover things. There could be some major issues somewhere, but there was some funding left. They brought it back in, so it's supposed to be done before this next season. That'll be a nice little addition too.
Well, one of the biggest benefits I think the Peoria Civic Center has over other markets of our size and even larger markets is the fact that our campus, our complex, includes a theater. We have the arena, we have the exhibition, meeting, and convention space, and we have the theater, and of course now it's topped by a beautiful new ballroom, which is really kind of for us here in the community, and we deserve it. We deserve a great place to get together and celebrate.
First and foremost, it stands for progress. It's a facility that provides for entertainment. It's a facility that provides economic drive in downtown Peoria. You'll hear people say again and again, can you imagine downtown Peoria without the Civic Center? Well, no, you can't.
Without the Civic Center, I don't think that the stability of our core downtown area would have been maintained over the years.
It helps to keep downtown vital, which brings the Bus Depot downtown, which brings the Ball Diamond downtown, which brings the Recplex downtown, which helps to keep the riverfront vibrant and growing.
It really is sort of a centerpiece and nucleus for the downtown area. Whether it's a sporting event with Bradley basketball that was put on the map with their Sweet 16 appearance, whether it's bringing people from all over the state for IHSA. We hold big concerts and events here, musicals, opera. Peoria, for its size, has an amazing amount of arts and activities and cultural aspects, and having the Civic Center and having the expansion here significantly enhances our ability to bring more and more activities. The tourism aspects, I think, have been significantly enhanced. We've seen across the country competitive communities that grow their community activity events like a Civic Center or a museum that would be built, have a much better chance of drawing people here for continued stays. And those continued stays are more than just a day in and day out, but allow for folks to maybe take a 3-day weekend and actually come to the region in a day's drive and enjoy several activities over a weekend.
The impact is in the millions of dollars a year on our local economy. That's just on visitors that come in here and utilize the facility for an event. But when you think about the hundreds of thousands of people that come in here for an event that wouldn't have been here otherwise, and see our city, learn about our city, understand what's going on in Peoria, kind of the synergies of the medical community and new manufacturing and all those things, it provides us an opportunity that we normally wouldn't have for people to learn a little bit more about Peoria and think about, hey, this could be a place that I want to live, I want to do business, or I just want to come back to and spend money. And so the trickle-down effect of getting people here for whatever the event is and then getting them back, either for short durations for fun or leisure, or potentially to locate a business here or want to do business here, it's huge. I think it speaks to the significance of this place. Is it's not a place for a specific age group or a specific person.
The guys that did the work, at least on my crew, I feel like when they come in, they can show their family. And I said to the electrician that did all the lighting in the exhibit hall, I said, when you bring your grandkids down here, I said, you're going to be able to show them what you did.
I do remember my kids talking about going to see Barney all those years ago, the big purple guy. Now we come in here for events at the theater, professional performances, the arts, or into the arena for watch Bradley basketball or Riverman hockey concerts. And so and I anticipate being able to do that with my kids, for a long time. They'll probably be, pushing me in here in a wheelchair one of these days.
That's one of the reasons I'm involved in this line of work, is that when everything's said and done, you got something there you can see and experience.
From another standpoint, when I was in high school and Peoria Central High School would go to the state tournament, it was a very exciting thing. And when we get together, my high school friends, we still talk about, we went to state, we went to Champaign. It absolutely thrills me to think that generations of Illinois high schoolers are going to say, we went to Peoria in our senior year, or we went to Peoria in our sophomore year, and that they will think of our community with that same kind of excitement that we thought of Champaign back in those days.
Favorite moments was when Bob Hope was here. He was, I believe, in his early 90s, and backstage was very much a little old man. Very slow, very methodical. Had people attending him. When he stood at the bottom of the steps and I was next to him, and his music started, he lost 20 years, hopped up the stairs, and went on stage. And I have goosebumps now, just thinking about it. I guess my favorite memory is all the people that I've met, not just employees, patrons. You've made friends because you see the same people at hockey games over years after years after year.
Each year we've challenged ourselves to move forward and take steps forward. And I guess as I look at it and my involvement here, those are the things that I'm proudest of.
I think that there are people that are truly invested emotionally as well as financially and leadership-wise in this facility. And that's not only just a Peoria facility, it truly is a Tri-County facility. The fact that we host 900,000 people that also are here and are part of the Peoria community, at least for a short time, showing off the Tri-County area, I think is pretty special.
It's just state of the art here, and I think Peoria's got a great facility, that'll last for generations to come. With who knows what it'll open up as far as education and just community benefits. I think when people realize what they can do with this building, it's going to mean a lot more to everybody.
We were just dipping our toe in the water 25 years ago, but with all the different acts and performances and types of shows we've seen, it's just been very progressive. And it's brought more of a cosmopolitan feel to this city. It's introduced things from an arts and entertainment standpoint that we hadn't seen before, and without this facility would never be in this community.
We have tradition, and yet we've allowed that tradition to evolve as necessary and take us forward into a future and a different way of thinking about ourselves.
Hopefully in another 25 years, people at that time will look back at this period in our history and say, you know, gosh, we're glad they did that when they did.
It's been a wonderful quarter century for the Peoria Civic Center. We're looking forward to the next 25 years. As always, we will bring you unforgettable performances, top-notch athletics, and continue to be a place for this community to gather, build memories, and be proud to call their own. Thanks for making us the place to be for live entertainment since 1982, and we'll see you at the Peoria Civic Center.